We're here in Toronto, Canada, in the heart of Hollywood North, home to thousands of actors chasing the dream of being on the big screen. For many actors, their journey starts at the Toronto Monologue Slam, Canada's largest acting showcase. Every month, actors perform in front of a panel of industry professionals for the title of Monologue Slam Champion. On tonight's episode, 2 of those actors will perform their own original monologues with the hopes of making it to the finals. Welcome to the Toronto Monologue Slam on Bell 5. Last time on the Toronto Monologue Slam.
And you and I had to deal with way worse at the pound. We always made the most of it. Food? Food? Do you remember?
It was breathtaking. Your timing was just absolutely freaking exceptional.
I can't hold back any longer. I can't. Run! Run! You should run now!
That was incredible.
The fear of us set in, and me and Andre were like, whoa. Thank you.
Round of applause for Andrea. Guys, welcome to Bell 5's Monologue Slam, baby. Who's been to the Monologue Slam before? Make some noise. I know it's TV, guys. You don't have to make the same woo sound in unison. You guys could do different pitches. Let's try that one more time. Who has been to the Monologue Slam before? Sir, in the gray shirt, I'm gonna have to ask you to leave. You did not woo on command. Let's try that one more time just for this gentleman. One more time, who has been to the Monologue Slam before? I like that. I like that. You got no physical movement, but your mouth just opens. It's awesome. He's just like, everyone's like, woo! This guy's just like, woo! But he's the loudest one, I heard you. Sir, if you do not move this whole show, I will kick you out, all right? In the gray... Oh, I'm sorry. All right, you know what? Leave it to the guy with a broken thumb to get the most laughs of the night. Jesus Christ. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Sydney Van Delft.
You think I'm holding out on you? I have been out here in the cold rain, freezing, getting beaten and abused and arrested, scared for my life. In these shoes? You know how much I fucking hate these shoes? For what? So I can just give it all to you at the end of the day? Yeah, that must be nice. Sorry. You know, when I was a little girl, I used to play teacher or doctor or hairdresser with my mom. She was really good at it. I think the alcohol probably helped her quite a bit. But we had a lot of fun. I think she liked it more than I did, to be honest. I think it was her way of showing me all the things I could have been when I grew up. But I didn't want to take care of her anymore, so I came out here to be any one of those things. And somewhere in that, I found that it was a lot harder than playing dress up. And then you found me, and you took me in, and that was nice. That was really nice. But I went up here doing this. And since then, I have just been walking back and forth on this track, tricking with this shit all over my face. So why don't you come out here and see how long you last and see how much money you make and then ask me if I'm holding out on you, okay? Maybe I can go be any one of those things. I can still do that. Yes? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Hi, Sydney.
Hi.
Hi. So, okay, I've got some notes for you. Great job for writing your monologue. I am so excited that you've done that. That's my favorite part of this show, by the way. This particular one is because people wrote their monologues. Can we be? Yes. And with that, we have a responsibility, right? We have a responsibility to the character, right? So your sensory has to improve a lot for this particular part because she's a prostitute, right? And she's talking to her pimp. So you've got cold rain, you know? Your body was not relaxed, or it was too relaxed for cold rain.
Right.
There needs to be a shiver of some sort. We need to see that you're wet. Whether you had put water on yourself before you came out here, you have to do all those things in order to feel in the moment that you're cold. And in here it's cold enough that you put water on, you're gonna feel cold up there. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And watch out for wiggling. The wiggling tells us you're uncomfortable with moving little things. You just did it.
Okay.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
You have to plant yourself, right? And you have to see that pimp. And so therefore your eye movements, when you go to the ground, it looks like you're forgetting your words. And these are your words, you know it. It's in your body. But if you can challenge yourself to look at the person you're speaking to and barely even blink, you will get further and deeper fast, right? So that when you do lash out at that person, the lash out is real. The lash out is because you've had enough.
Yeah.
So that's all that has to be, details have to be worked on.
Okay.
But good job. Good job for being up there. Thank you.
Sydney, this is your first time. All right.
Round of applause, audience. First time performer.
Yeah, I agree with her notes. I definitely think it would have been more there if we had the street corner, if we had the cold, if we had the guys coming by looking at you. But again, I know that you had all those things and you've worked on those things, and this is your first time, and that counts for a lot of things that happen up there, is having the experience to go up there and be able to take the hit. So definitely the nerves came through, and I know that if you did this again next week, it would be a totally different thing. So great job.
Thank you.
Thank you, Andre. Mr. Ron Leach, feedback.
I concur with my fellow judges in terms of performance. I think all their notes are absolutely spot on. I want to talk to you in terms of dramaturgy and talk about structure and story. I think when you know, coming out of some circumstance onto this street corner in the rain, we need to have that absolutely fully evolved and convolved in terms of your physicality and in terms of the environment, in terms of your look and feel, so that we know where you are. But then you switch and you give us a kind of foundational story about your mom. And I think it's in the wrong place. If you're talking to your pimp, he doesn't give a rat's ass about your mom. And you, for me, it's like that becomes the justification for the resistance. But you have to resist first and then try to make him understand why. And you know, when I'm done, I don't want to do this anymore, is your moment before, as you come out onto this street corner, and now you have to tell him why, because he's making money off of you. You're not going to quit. And then and he can only fight back by getting violent, because there's no argument that trumps your mother's love. That's structurally where I would go with this, and I would happily help you.
Thank you.
In terms of this story, because I think it's valid, and I think you know you fit into it and believe in it. I could tell. I think that it just needs refining, and I think you can build a stronger conflict with the person that you're talking to.
Right.
And you're only out is the love you have for your mother, because this person does not love you at all, and you know that. So why are you here?
Right.
That has to be the thing that resonates with everybody behind me.
Right.
Right? But lovely, thank you.
Thank you, Ron Lee. Round of applause.
Just want to take this opportunity just to meet you as people. So we just want to know a little bit about yourselves, you know? I don't know, maybe how long you've been acting?
I started acting kind of when I was a kid. I went to the National Ballet School, and we got to perform in the shows with the National Ballet of Canada, but we are more kind of character actors. And then I actually got kicked out of the school because I was too short to be, so that was a bit of a dream crusher. They were like, you cannot, you know, your parents tell you you can be anything you want to be, and then they're like, you literally can't be a dancer. So that was cool. And
I've been acting since high school, but I like to say longer because I used to be a figure skater. And I didn't want to go to the Olympics, but I fell in love with performing with my body.
Have you done the monologue song before, Amanda?
Yes, I have. I've done it twice. I had a couple friends who, including Layden as one of them, and who's performed, and I thought, oh, I need to spice things up. I'm just at a theater school. I have something. I have these ideas. I want to be more involved, etc. And it's like, here it is. I'm like, yes.
Great.
So now I'm here.
You're sneaky. You just sit there and you just take your time because you know it will bother me. And then automatically, because I can't wait any longer, I end up doing the dishes. Babe, you forgot to do the dishes again. Oh, what are you giving me that look for? It's your turn. It's your turn. It's your turn. No, 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 no. La 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 la. Oh. Okay, you want to go there. All of last week, I took out the garbage. I made dinner the other 2 nights, and I made breakfast the other day. What did you do? Oh, I vacuumed the floor. Oh, good job. You want a cookie? Oh my God. We are having a discussion here, and you want access to this cookie? Besides, you're supposed to grab me, not ask. Just do it. No, no, Danny, stop. No, Danny, Danny! I am not your China doll. I know you work hard. I know you take me out. It's not about that. I don't care. I don't care who does what, how many times. I don't care who is wrong or right. I just want to be heard. Did it ever occur to you that I just want you to be one step ahead of me, just once? I don't know, because it makes me feel like you know how to be a team. Danny, I need you on my team. And then, I don't know, then I'll give you all the access. I'll give you VIP access. So, be the man I know you are and handle your woman.
Thank you. That was lovely. You've got some lovely humor going on at the top of this scene, which really benefits you, and I'd love to see more of that. I think your character, the indications are that your character uses humor to deflate from conflict, right? And so that's a great opposite,
Right.
given where this comes, which is a huge smackdown of this guy's masculinity. So I think that using that humor and needling him more off the top would give me a nice place to come from.
So more Nagy.
Yeah, because here's the thing, you're angry right off the top, right? And I don't know why. And anger is not a truthful emotion. It's an expression of a greater hurt or loss. You come home and the dishes are everywhere and he's snoring on the couch and it's like, and you've worked all day. Now I got to do the dishes, and then you confront him because he wakes up when the dishes are conveniently done. You see? And this is a pattern, and you've got to break him of it. And the only way to break him of it is to go on strike, right? Or make other demands.
Right.
Right? I will do the dishes if you do my dishes. And I think that that's an important clarification in this scene, and it's part of the arc. But I'd love to see something more off the top. Your disappointment first, that turns to derisive humor, that it becomes anger, and then becomes this challenge.
I thought it was great. I thought this is a perfect choice for you. I thought it was very well written. I agree with Ron's notes. I thought you were, could have been more grounded in your voice. I thought your voice kind of went to a pitchy place. If this was a scene and I was directing it, I'd probably start exactly as it ended, just because you get to that place, and I would start it from there, because you definitely came in with the idea of being anger, and it just kind of kept it out of the real place. From a performance standpoint, I think you understand where all the beats are, and I think, yeah, just keep working at it.
The voice is really the most important thing, right? Because when we're with people that we love or whatnot, especially the significant other, our voice is extremely bass. It's like right down. It's devilish, actually. It's what scares men so much, right?
Yes.
So if you can access that scary voice that you bring to him as if he's a child, like, do the dishes. He gets that voice. That's the truthful voice. And the only thing is why you're not bringing it out is because you don't want us to see what your nasty, like, manipulative person is. And that's who we need to see.
Right.
What do you really do to make him get dishes? And most of the times it's not even sex. It's more of, I will kill you.
Yeah.
So, but great monologue. You did a great job writing that. You just need to practice it, showing you.
Thank you, Alunique.
You're welcome.